What's up, you guys? And today we're gonna be making a different type of video today. I saw a charismatic demon make this type of video a little bit ago, so I wanted to give my personal take on the subject and just to spread awareness about the situation and just kind of rant a little bit. So I'm gonna put some gameplay in the back and just relax and just just listen to me just talk about everything I think is wrong with My Hero Ultra Rumble. And to provide some backstory to the title, around a few years ago, I think it was a YouTuber called Afro Senju, then a YouTuber named Globeku, made a hashtag for a specific video game called Shinobi Striker, and Afro Senju made it for Storm 4, and I'm going to do the same for MHUR. You guys can either choose to spread this hashtag around, you can choose to follow it, make your own content, whatever. But I just think that this game has gone on for long enough with these issues, and it needs to be talked about and it needs to be addressed. Eventually that hashtag that I talked about caught on, and the games that had that hashtag were fixed somewhat. So yeah, the game is currently in a very buggy state and a very buggy, unbalanced mess that I think it needs to be addressed and properly dealt with. Now remember, you don't have to necessarily agree with all of my takes. It's all subjective. Everything about I say is personal, but I know some points that some people are definitely going to agree with. So anyways, let's get into it. So first, I'm going to talk about tuning. Tuning is a brand new system, a brand new perk system that was added to Rumble, I think around Season 8. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But it is a system that you can add perks to your character, enhancements, and different things to make your character different than other people. You can add defense tunes, you can add extra reload speed, you can add extra attack power, and then we have what we call special tuning skills. These are skills that are very unique, and they proc if you meet certain requirements, either like at the start of a game, or if your guard is broken, or if you you have 1 HP after a fatal attack, or your body gets stunned, it'll remove that stun. If you land a melee hit, that is a very big one we're going to talk about later. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess what tune I'm going to talk about, but we'll get to that in a second. I don't want to just go straight into that tune, but yeah, overall, I think tuning is an amazing concept that many games have done before, but in a game like this, it is a extremely failed execution. It is unfinished. It is not implemented properly. The way it is implemented is not healthy for the game. It impacts the game way too much. It's not free to play friendly at all. And to touch on the unfinished part, some skills either don't work as they are intended, or they just simply do not work at all. So let's talk about it. So to start off with some tunes that just don't work at all, we have to look at the rapid tunes. Now, as of the recording of this video on Saturday, April 12th, dash speed and down to crawl speed, I'm pretty sure wall jump height, do not work. I'm not sure if you guys knew this. Oh, run speed as well. I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but these tuning skills do not work. They do not add any type of speed buff to your character, and therefore, they are a waste of a slot. So, if you could put anything in there, anything, and I mean anything else at all, I encourage you to put it in there. I'm pretty sure wall shuffle speed does not work as well. But I do know that forward jump height does indeed work, but it is so insignificant of a change, it might as well be a waste as well. It is probably like an extra frame or two of extra height that you're getting, and I promise you, you will never notice it. You will never notice the difference. It is so insignificant that it is trash. It is absolutely worthless and useless. Do not use it if you can avoid it. But the one thing I will say is that when these dash speed skills are coupled with skills that do work, like reload speed, use them. If it's just dash speed, forward jump height, wall shuffle speed, or wall jump height, do not use it. The same goes for run speed. Now, to touch more on the unfinished subject, the max HP tunes and the max GP tunes are bugged. They are bugged quite significantly. In the files, the data for these max HP and GP tunes have a decimal point in the wrong location, either to the left or to the right. And this results in you getting significantly less health and less shield than you should be getting. As it stands right now, each level for these skills equates to about, I think, 1 HP. Yeah, just 1 HP. 1 HP and 1 GP. It should be like 10. So, if you have, let's say, a max HP in a level 4 slot, one of these down here, you should be getting like around 40 HP. Not 4 HP. That is an issue. The devs should have known this. This was introduced in Season 8. No matter when they started working on it, they should have taken their sweet ass time, because they did not warn us that this system was coming. So we had no idea. This could have came this season and been new. But they decided to release a buggy and unfinished new system that drastically changes the way everyone plays MHUR Ultra Rumble. That's not good. That needs to change. Now moving on to the technical class. The technical class of tuning skills is a weird one. The basic regular tunes, besides technical denki, these are very insignificant. Nejre's, for example, PU/PC reload is very insignificant. You will never notice it. Increases the reload speed of quirk skill Gamma. You will never notice it. It is so insignificant that you will probably get it back 2, 3, 4, 5 frames faster than you would normally get back your skill. Like I said, for the rapid class, it's insignificant. It is sometimes a waste of a slot, and if you can put something different, do it. Now, I know I'm saying that it's insignificant, and you can make the point that yes, it will still help you. It will still help you, but it will be in a very minuscule and insignificant way that it might as well not even be there at all, which is my point with tuning. It's unfinished, it's not properly implemented, it's not balanced at all. Some parts of tuning are just way too broken or way too overpowered. It's actually insanity that they released it this way. And we have had no tuning changes in anything since the game came out. And even though in the beginning of the year they dropped a dev letter saying that we will adjust tuning skills accordingly, well, we're 4 months in, MHUR Ultra Rumble developers. Where is it? We need tuning changes, and we need them now. Now, to touch on the broken side of the technical class. High speed replenishment. This is a skill that cuts the time it takes to drink a shield potion in half. It does not matter how much you level up this skill, 95% of the time, it will bug out and you have it for the entire game. It will look like you still are drinking it for the maximum amount, but you still get the shield in half the time, and all you have to do is roll out of the potion, and you have the shield. This defeats the entire purpose of what they intended this skill to be like. You do not have... This is broken. I know everyone uses it. We're kind of abusing like a buggy system. I know. I'm not saying anyone is at fault here. I'm calling the devs out on their bullshit. This should not work like this. This should be fixed. And it is not necessarily... It's not our biggest problem. If they don't fix it, it's fine. But we will get to the biggest problem in just a moment. Okay. Moving on to the most broken and the most overpowered and the best tuning skill in this game by far, Sisterly Disposition. What this skill does is that when you land a melee on an opponent, every single time you land a melee, there is no cooldown, it will increase your defense by 50%. Not 15, 50%. And what this essentially does by increasing your defense by 50% is that it essentially doubles the amount of health you have, because by increasing your defense by 50%, you are making every single skill do half of the damage that it would have originally done. So, for example, Deku's base alpha damage at level 9 is 80, And if you have sisterly on, it will now do 40 damage. The reason why this skill is so strong is because every character can use it, every character can take advantage of it, and it lasts for up to 30 entire seconds at level 11. I think it's about 25 if you have it in the level 10 slot, but I have it in the level 11 slot, so I get to take full advantage of it, and I have it for 30 seconds on Lemillion. And Lemillion's melee is very good. If the opponent is on HP, that's a guaranteed hit if you do alpha. On GP, it's not a consistent combo, but on HP it is. And yeah, this skill has been running the game for, I would say, about a season and a half now. It is extremely strong, and the way you can get away with this, if your character doesn't even have a good melee setup, you can just use this on downed bodies, on downed opponents. You can just practice on downed opponents, and you can farm this skill, resetting the timer every single melee, and it has been ruining the game. It has been ruining ranked. It severely, and I mean severely and significantly, impacted the official tournament, I think around almost a month ago. And if you don't think it did, that's insane, because almost every single team was running it. It was extremely strong, and characters that have amazing melees like Froppy, Mirio, Twice, Hawks, for example, Ida, who else? Mount Lady takes good advantage of it too. Mount Lady actually takes advantage of it really well because she can just go big, and her melee hitbox then, as the rest of her, it becomes giant, so then she can just proc that. So on top of the damage reduction she will get from going big, she also adds 50% on top of that. Meaning that if your Deku Alpha is doing 80 damage to a normal person, it's probably going to do like 11 or 10 or like even less than that to a Mount Lady in big form. But we're not talking about Mount Lady. We're talking about this broken tuning skill. This skill needs to change, and what I would personally do to it is that I would decrease it to be 30% damage reduction and have it be on a cooldown the same exact way that Trance Blow works. My gripe about this skill and about melee tunes in general is that the devs pick and choose whenever they want to balance something. This skill, there is no way that you can convince me that the devs thought this would be an okay skill to launch with the game. Now, the main issue is the amount of reduction. It's not the cooldown. It's the amount of reduction. Cutting your damage in half to somebody is a major blow to an opponent. It turns rapids into tanks. It turns Lemillion from 225 all the way up to 450 HP. It turns Ida from I'm pretty sure Ida's the fastest character in the game, if you're not counting Kurogiri, who can literally just TP across the map. It turns Ida from 250 to 500. And this is not counting GP. So, essentially, Ida is 1,000 health with this tuning skill for 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, if he's on full GP and full HP, he has 1,000 health points in general. This is not good. This is not okay. This needs to change, and this skill is broken. It is running the game. If you cannot go into a ranked game where someone is not using Sisterly. You can't. It's that common. Everyone runs it because every character can take advantage of it. Now, circling back to what I would personally do to it, I would reduce the damage reduction from 50% to 30%. I would make it have a cooldown like Trance Blow, and I would also make it so that you cannot activate it on downed opponents, because then you can just cycle it over and over and over again. Well, with the cooldown you wouldn't, but just to nerf it some more, because damage reduction in a game like this is not it shouldn't be something that you can easily spam. The prerequisite for it should be difficult. It should be very costly to do. Even if you have a good melee setup, it should still have some risk and some good reward. This has little to no risk and a fuck ton of reward. It needs to change. My final point, actually no, my second to final point about tuning is that I will talk about the damage tunes, or the strike class, I should say. Actually, we're mainly just going to be talking about the damage tunes. But if you did not know, if you triple stack alpha attack power, beta attack power, and gamma attack power, they stack exponentially instead of just adding on top of each other. And what that means is that they multiply each other, which means you're getting significantly more damage by stacking these skills than if you were to do like alpha attack power and beta attack power. But since I'm doing alpha attack power, alpha attack power, alpha attack power, I am getting a lot more damage than I would if I did something else. This is not healthy for the game because it is just blatantly just unfair that you can just triple stack or even double stack just two of the same type of tunes and multiply your damage by, I'm not exactly sure on the correct numbers, but it's not fair and it needs to be changed. And I don't know why the devs, I'm not sure if this is an oversight, I'm not sure if this is a intended, but I think this needs to change. For example, I'm pretty sure Lemillion's max charge alpha damage is 140, and by triple stacking this these alpha tunes, I can bring my alpha up to 163 damage. And this is not even Muriel's most optimal costume. If I were to do it on this costume, Festival Outfit Dangerous, by putting them in the level 4 slots, you can bring Lemillion's charge alpha damage to up to 175 or 74, which is an extra 10 damage. Lemillion should not be that strong. No character should be able to do that. In fact, this also brings Yellow Deku's alpha from 80 base damage to 100 damage at level 9. If you have a strike character on your team, that's 105. If you have another strike character on your team, that's 110. This is the damage that Deku was doing all the way back in Season 1, and they nerfed him for a very, very good reason. That was too strong. You have a long-range alpha doing damn near half of your health and guard. That's not fair. That's too overpowered, so they nerfed it. But with this, you can essentially revert any nerfs you want to if you find their optimal costume and you order them in the optimal way. Which also brings us to my next point. If you order the tunes in a very specific way, you can get more damage. I'm on my Shoto build right now, and my point is that you may be wondering why I have my Denki tuning skill over here instead of over here. That is because the game reads tuning skills from left to right. And the problem with this is that depending on the way that you order them, you can get more damage or reap more benefits from tuning rather than if you order them in just any other way you decide to order them. But okay, so since I have my alpha attack power in the level 4 slot, it is the first alpha attack power that the game is going to read. And if I had my first alpha attack power over here, it would read the level 3 one first. But since it's not, and it's reading the level 4 one first, I get more damage and I reap more benefits from alpha attack power. This is not fair. This should not be a thing. This is a oversight by the devs. I'm pretty sure this is an oversight. I'm not sure if they intended for this. It seems like an oversight, to be honest, because maybe while they were coding, they needed to figure out, obviously, how the system would read the tuning skills, and they just didn't even think about the fact that if you order them in a specific way, then you can reap more benefits from it. But this is something that also needs to change, and you guys do with this information what you will. I know some people are definitely going to change their builds after this, after hearing this information, but if people are not aware about it and people do not use it, the devs will never figure it out. The devs will never fix it. It's the whole reason why Ida got fixed the way that he did. The season after everyone started using him, he was fixed. Even though the glitch was in the game since the very beginning. only after it became widespread was it then fixed. So, yeah, do with the information what you will. Okay, to touch on my final point about tuning for this game before we move on to the next topic, which will be the gacha, actually, so it's going to segue pretty well into each other. This system is not free-to-play friendly at all in any way, shape, or form, and I'm about to show you guys right now. So I'm on my alt account, and yeah, I'm going to go to the one build that I was able to make, and my abundance of currency that I have. Let's see, what costume did I do it on? Ah, here we go. Look at all the currency that I have, and this was the build that I was able to make. Remember those useless tunes that I put on here? It is the only tunes that I can possibly do. Because if you don't have anything, if you don't have any of these, and if you don't play this game like absolutely crazy, you cannot make good tuning builds. You cannot take full advantage of this system at all. And it is all up to luck. It is all up to RNG. It is all up to the gacha for you to get these resources. It is all up to you, because most of the stuff that you need is also in the battle pass, which is 13,000 crystals. And this is not me complaining about the price. I'm just saying, to a free-to-play player, you could get some stuff from the event, yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough to equate to 13,000 crystals. And just, I hope you guys are seeing my point here, that you're not going to have any characters. You're not going to, and without the characters, you're leaving it all up to the RNG after you finish a match and you get the data for the character. And some of my friends, they have been trying to get certain characters' data, and there's no way to manipulate it to get the certain character or skill set that you want. And characters that's different, you can wait for a character to be on a character ticket, but even they have stopped doing that also, which let me talk about that. Overhaul is not on the character ticket still. They just did not tell us about this. Charismatic Demon actually pointed this out in his video. But Overhaul is still not on the ticket. He should have been on the ticket, I'm pretty sure 2 seasons ago, and he's still not on it. I'm pretty sure the character ticket character should be Hawks right now. And I'm pretty sure we stopped with the character ticket characters at Lemillion. And Lemillion came out all the way back in season 5. And the devs didn't tell us about this or anything. They still haven't mentioned anything. It's pretty bad, because people are waiting to be able to get Overhaul, because maybe they want to use his max HP and gamma damage tune or his reinforced revive tune, and they can't do it. They can't do it. They don't own the character, and they have been unlucky with rolls. Now, segueing into my gacha segment. The gacha for this game, it deters a lot of people from this game because it is so expensive. The pity does not carry over. The pity is way too high, and it is very harsh on any player, incoming players, or even veteran players. If I was to change this personally, I think characters should probably be paid DLC. If these devs really want to maximize revenue, if they are really that money hungry, and they really care that much, make characters paid DLC and keep costumes in the gacha. I'm not sure if this would be better or worse. I personally think this would be better. Oh, and characters that also include skill sets, so don't think I'm not thinking about skill sets too. But, yeah. The fact that pity does not carry over is stupid. It is completely stupid because, let's say, let me give you a scenario. If you want to roll on this specific quirk skill set roll banner, and you want a better chance to get a white hair Dabi, avenging assassin, or a uniform damage Toga. You want a better chance to do this, but you don't necessarily want strike Dabi, and that's perfectly fine. You should be able to wait until the next rotation, which is in 17 days, and use those pity for the next skill set that is going to be rotated on this banner. when I'm not exactly sure who's going to be the next quirks that rotate on this banner. But yeah, you just want to roll for these 3 costumes because they're on the rate up, and they have a where is it at? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, you have a 0.8% chance to get them, versus every other costume you have a 0.086% chance, and then a 0.021% chance. Wow. Okay, I did not know the percentages were this bad. Wow, that is actually terrible. That brings me to another point. Yeah, these percentages are pretty terrible. These percentages suck. These percentages are really bad. They are very bad. And yeah. And also, pity is way too high, because you need over 200 points, and this equates to 2,000 tickets. 2,000 tickets is no small feat. That is hard to get, that is hard to accumulate over a set amount of time. It takes a while. It definitely takes more than a season. You maybe could do it, you probably could do it, and that's only because of the updated battle pass they did. Before they changed this battle pass, it was impossible to get 2,000 tickets in a single season. You weren't doing it, you might as well just kiss that dream goodbye. And costumes are 100. Now, segueing into the point about pity being too expensive, about rolling being too expensive, 100 points on the gacha equates to 1,000 tickets. And 1,000 tickets equates to $200 US in terms of crystals. Because the largest amount of crystals that you can buy, the largest bundle, this bundle only equates to 500 tickets that you can possibly get. Meaning that a character or a skill set pity is $400 US. For a singular character or a skill set in a video game, this is unacceptable, and this is way too much. I understand this is a gacha game, the devs need to make money, yada yada, etc, etc. I do not care. This is too much. This is absurd. This shit should be illegal, bro. This is insane. $400 to guarantee a character, $200 to guarantee a cosmetic. This is dumb. This is why I know a lot of people that were interested in this game that once they saw it was a gacha game, or like once they realized how harsh the gacha was, they completely stopped playing. I'm the only one of my friends that plays this game because I'm just that addicted to the MHUR IP, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, the gacha is a very moot point for this game. It is a very controversial point for this game, and it's also, I'm pretty sure, one of the main reasons that Globku, which is it's a YouTuber, I'm pretty sure you guys know Globku. You know, guys know who Globku is, right? But he doesn't make videos on this game anymore because the gacha is so harsh. And if you just want to try out a character, well shit, I can't display it because I have the latest character. Who's the latest character? Shinso, yeah. Shinso costs 3 rental tickets to use, which means 1 game per day you get to play Shinso or any new character that comes out in the future. That's insane. It used to be 1. It used to be able to play a character 3 times in a singular day, which is fine. No one complained about that. But then they changed it to be 3, and then the subsequent characters that came after it would lower the amount that the old new character would cost, which means that the character after Shinso would make Shinso cost 2. The character after that new character would make Shinso cost 1, and then the character after that would make Shinso move on to the character ticket. But they're not even doing the character ticket anymore, so maybe Shinso won't even move the character ticket. We don't even know. We don't know what the hell is going on with the character ticket situation in this game. This all circles back to the point about this game being an unbalanced, buggy, and just a controversial mess. Okay, now moving on to my section about balancing and about how this game is just completely unbalanced and not fair. The devs do not listen to the community when it comes to balancing. We do not get good balance patches. We do not get good sufficient balance patches. We do not get frequent enough balance patches. The devs will do one patch where they change like 10 or 12 different characters and then disappear and don't give us a balance patch for like a month or two, which is extremely unhealthy for the game. It causes the game to get stale. It causes the meta to stay the same. We have been in a rapid meta ever since Hawks came out in the anniversary. And the anniversary was almost, I think, like 8 months ago. And we are still in just a rapid meta. Even worse so, with almost every single rapid being able to proc systemly for free with little to no risk. This game is very unbalanced. You have Strike Deku having a ranged shotgun that does 120 damage, up to like 130 damage if you order your tunes correctly and you pick the right costume. That is dumb, and yes, they did nerf him. They did not nerf his ass nearly enough. I don't care what you guys say about Hawks, he is still a problem. He needs more nerfs. He needs more nerfs. He is still way too strong, and I don't care what you say about his special. Yeah, they gutted his special action, but his base kit is still strong as hell. I do not care what you guys say. I know some people think Hawks is gutted, Hawks is trash. No, bro, Hawks is still insane. If you need more proof, just go ahead and look at the official tournament from a few weeks ago. You have Twice having an OTK combo from like full HP down to like half. He just does gamma, alpha, gamma, beta. No, it's alpha, gamma, animation cancel it into beta. That takes you from like 250 GP, 300 HP, all the way down to like 100 health. That's overpowered, that's broken. Oh, how could I forget rapid fucking Toga. Rapid Toga is extremely strong. You have her Gamma with her cooldown resets that does like 150 damage. You have her Beta, which is a hit stun. You have her Alphas, which are boomerangs. They also hit stun you. It's it's not fair. You have Strike Dabi. I think Strike Dabi's actually taken a bit of a back seat, but he's still strong as hell. But honestly, I'm kind of scared if they do nerf him anymore that he might become trash. But Strike Dabi, actually, don't even nerf him damage-wise or anything. Just nerf his beta tracking for the love of God. And, like, it's the fact that his beta will still track to you even if you miss the kick, which I think is dumb, because what is the point of the kick if the grab is still going to track towards you and do a complete 180? The kick should be a prerequisite for the grab to even connect. Like I said but 2 seconds ago, then what is the point of the kick? You have Ochaka, which is basically an S tier, which with her Gamma, if she even is playing with her like 400 damage combo, she just does Gamma, Alpha, I think it's probably like Gamma, Alpha, Beta, Alpha, Gamma again, or just some stupid shit like that does like 400 damage, instant guard break if she has a beamer on her team, like Yellow Deku, Strike Shoto, Bakugo, anything like that. All Might, Present Mike, Danky. I mean, look for even Endeavor. She can just OTK people. Even Toga can help her pretty well in that combo too. Both Togas have really good alphas. It's just it's a problem, and this game's very unbalanced. Ida, I don't care what you guys say, Ida needs nerfs. His combos should not be doing a full guard break. His alpha, I think his alpha's fine. It's just the beta. The beta does way too much damage. You may look at his beta and just say 140 at level 9, that's not bad, but if you combo it, because Ida's combo game is so strong, one of the strongest in the game. You just do alpha, alpha, beta, you're at 10 shield. If they have tuning, your guard is broken. It's not fair. You can dodge him, sure, but you have to be locked in to dodge at Ida when he's in Recipro. If you mess up a roll even once, consider your shield goodbye. And if he has embrittlement, he just does a tracking a tracking air melee, and then he just kicks you in the face. You have embrittlement. Then his beta goes from like 140 damage at level 9 to being like 170, and it's just this game is not balanced, man. It's a bunch of just really overpowered combos and really just a bunch of unbalanced gimmicks that, yeah, on one hand you can say it makes every character unique, but it also makes every character, not every single character, but it also makes some characters just really unbalanced, not fun to fight against, not engaging to play against, it doesn't equate to a fun experience, which is what gaming should be. But moving on from that, because I could honestly give you a rant for every single overpowered character, and you guys don't want that. Let's move on to skill sets being damn near S tiers. Every single skill set is at the very least A+. I don't care what you say. Yes, this includes Tech Denki. He is good, you guys. Give him a chance. He is A+ on a tier list. I don't care what tier list you make. He is A+. He is good. If it is not a matchup tier list, he is A+. I don't care if you put him at bottom of A+. I don't care if you put him at top of A+. He is nowhere below A+. He is a great character. He's a great skill set. Every single skill set is overpowered. Every single skill set could deserve some nerfs. And I know that I say that Red Kiri's bad. Red Kiri's bad, you guys. Red Kiri's not B tier. I'm gonna be honest. He's not B tier. Red Kiri's skill sets, and people are recognizing that shit. I see more and more Red Kiri's every single day. People are picking up the character. They know he's strong. He's strong. Every single skill set needs a nerf, but not a single skill set should get nerfed before Red Deku. If a dev is watching this, nerf Red Deku before you nerf anybody else. I'm telling you this right now. Please. This is coming from me, from the cries, from the begs of every single person that has fought a Strike Deku. Nerf that character. Please. He is too strong. He has been the best character in this game for almost an entire year, man. Almost an entire year. This character has ran this game every single month, over and over again, every single season, over and over again. No matter what new character you bring out, Strike Deku will always be better until you nerf him. And what I would do to nerf Strike Deku, I would nerf his range and I would nerf his damage. If you do anything else to him, that's going too far. Just nerf his range and nerf his damage, and I think Strike Deku will finally be balanced. He will finally be that mid-range brawler that he was always meant to be. Yes, you can keep the aim-in mechanic to let his alpha go farther, but it should not double the range. It should not double the range and also increase the damage by that much. It is too strong. It is too much. He should not have a ranged shotgun. Since when have you ever heard of a ranged shotgun? Like, I know, like not a ranged shotgun, a long range shotgun. That's what I should say. Now, moving on from characters being too strong, let's talk about characters that are too weak. I think All For One deserves some buffs. All For One should not be less threatening than a fucking bird. All For One should not be less threatening than Kendo. All For One should not be less threatening than Ibarra. All For One should not be less threatening than Ida. He is All For One. He should be strong, not broken, not unbalanced, but he should be really strong, which he is strong, but he's not what he once was when he first came out. What I think the one change that All For One needs is let him level up his quirks that he steals. Let him level those up, and I think All For One is a contender for S tier. I'm gonna be honest. And just because a character is S tier does not mean they are overpowered and they are broken or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. They are stronger than majority of the rest of characters, but that does not mean that they're broken. I just want All For One to have that fear factor, to truly be the fucking demon lord that he is, you guys. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the one change. If you do anything else to offer one, that's doing too much. Because we don't want him to be broken. We don't want him to be on par with Strike Deck or anything like that. We want the game to be balanced. We want the game to be an even playing field. Yes, some characters are going to be better than others, but we just don't want it to be stupid. We want it to be... We want the game to have a fair explanation to why this happened, to why that happened, and just whatever. Tech Dabi. Tech Dabi needs so many different things that the devs just refuse to buff this man. They don't buff this character nearly enough as they should. They buffed a lot of low tiers in previous patches, like Red Shoto, Red Shiggy, and those characters are great now. Like, honestly, like Red Shiggy's finally A tier in my personal opinion. Red Shoto's like A+. He's a great character now. He was struggling for like a good like 4 or 5 seasons, but now he's doing really well. I think the final low tier that needs to be buffed is Tech Dabi, man. Tech Dabi, he needs his time. Give him armor on his Gamma. Give his alphas what do you call it? Faster travel speed and increased damage. I think if you do that, Tech Dabi I think Tech Dabi will finally move up from the bowels of B tier. Every character puts this man at the very bottom of the tier list because he most likely is probably like the worst character in the game. Moving on to my next point, we need more communication from the devs. Every single time we get a balance patch, they simply say thank you for continuing to support MHUR, etc., etc. I'm tired of this message. I'm tired of this lack of communication from them. I'm tired of the lack of transparency. We need to know why changes are made in the ways that they are made. We need to know what the devs are thinking, why they do things, what they are thinking, what they envision this game to be. Because hell if I fucking know what the devs want this game to be. They do the most random shit out of nowhere, completely change the meta, and then will change it back and just have it be worse than it was before they changed it. The devs can never make up their mind on what they want this game to be. Sometimes it stays the same for like 4 or 5 months. Sometimes it completely shifts to an even worse meta than it was before. And we need communication. If a character is changed in a drastic way, hell, if a character is changed at all, we should get a 1 to 2 sentence explanation on why a character was changed in a way that they were changed. Because we need transparency between the developers and the players. We are the players playing your game, keeping your game alive, making you money. We need communication, or else people are going to leave and people are just not going to stay here and can help you continue to make money. I don't think that's a crazy request. I think that that's very fair. Just talk to us, man. We need to know what's going on in the video game we are quite literally addicted to playing every single day. Now moving on to cheaters. Moving on to hackers. Yes, maybe the point you probably bring up then, Emro, you mod and this, that, and the third. I don't do it in real games. I do it in customs with my friends. People that join the customs know very well what they're getting into. No one minds, no one cares because it's not in a real match. But cheaters and hackers that have like one-shot hacks, increased range, infinite plus ultra, staying in storm, blah blah blah, infinite cooldowns, whatever the case may be in real matches and ranked, have been doing this and ruining the game since season 1. This is a problem. This needs to be fixed. What I think the devs need to do is that they need to check and verify your game files are not impacted and not tampered with before the game needs to be launched. It's what every other game with an anti-cheat does. We need to be able to fix the hackers. And moving on and segueing to a different point about hackers is that the top agencies on PC are all cheaters. For example, if I click on this Skibbity Toilet agency right now, my game will crash and take me to the title screen. They are hackers, they are cheaters, They're climbing their way to the very top of the agency because they are hacking and they are cheating and their points are not real. Let me just go back into the game and show you guys these guys' points in comparison to everyone else's. I don't even know what number this is. I think it's quadrillion or even quintuple or something like that. But look at these guys' points compared to everybody else's. I'm pretty sure these top 5 agencies are all cheaters, and then everyone else is normal. But I know for a fact, this agency is cheating. It's crazy how they have 9 people out of 35, and they're top 5 in the world, which is insane. Yeah, this is 2 out of 18 people, and they have the most in the world. Unless these people play 24 hours a day, all day, every day, winning every single match, this is not possible. But, yeah. These agencies are cheaters. Cheating needs to go. I'm not saying modding needs to go, because I like making mods, but to be honest, if they fix cheating, modding is gonna get fixed too. Shut up, Shiggy. But, yeah. Cheating needs to go. And unfortunately, modding will go with it if they do decide to fix cheating. But, you know, it's all for the greater good. If modding goes, I understand. Cheating needs to go. If I can't do my mods, just take cheating. Take it. Just take both if you have to. But, yeah. Now for my final point about balancing, and then after this we're going to talk about game modes, then we're going to talk about matchmaking, and then we're going to finish off the video there because I've been talking for quite a while. But if you guys did not know, some moves are affected by FPS. I'm going to put a video on screen. My good friend SB, I'll link his channel in the description. Permeation actually lasts, I think, quadruple the time it does on Nintendo Switch than it does on PC, because they have 30 FPS and PC has 120 FPS and above. This is not okay. FPS should not be affecting certain skills in the way that they do. Also on Twitch, I'm pretty sure Yellow Deku's beta has like no startup, and PC we have the normal startup and everything. And also, if you guys did not know, Twice's Gamma has increased range on lower FPS than he does on PC, which makes a lot of sense, because I never understood why everyone complained why Twice was as good as he was. Is because his Gamma has so much range on console, and on PC he does not nearly have that much range. His Gamma range is probably the same as like Mount Lady's Alpha on, actually no, worse than Mount Lady's Alpha on PC. But on lower FPS, the lower FPS you go, the more range you get with Twice Gamma. So that's why Twice is so good on console, but he's not as good on PC. He's still great, still an amazing broken character, but on console, he's way more busted. Moving on to game modes. We have had the same type of game modes going on in this game for, I'm pretty sure, around 1.5 years, going on 2 years in September. This is, we need variety. We need something to be changed. We need a new event. We need solos to get up out of here. We have had solos for way too long. We need duos back. Bring in another ranked mode. Bring in ranked duos or something. I know you can't split up the player pool that much, but actually, yes, you can. There's crossplay now, so it shouldn't matter, right? Right? It shouldn't matter. It should not matter at all. But we're gonna talk about crossplay too when we get into matchmaking for a little bit too. But yeah, there has been leaked game modes since like I think like season 4, 3, or 5 about like leaders battle game mode, and we have had like the information has been scrubbed from the files and re-added back over and over again for just an endless amount of time, and I'm getting tired to the point where, man, I'm tired of just getting on the game and only having the options of either going into training, labbing stupid shit, going into customs, or going into ranked. Because unranked is dead. Unranked is mostly bots. It always has been, to be honest. Unranked sucks. I don't play unranked. But ranked, it should not be the only game mode where you can go in, get a decent lobby, and have a little bit of fun. We need a different game mode. We need variety. And this game is going to get very stale if we continue on like this for like another 6 months to a year. We need a new game mode. And for the anniversary, or even just the soonest possible season, we need something new, something different. I don't care if you guys add a death battle. I don't care if you guys add a fucking King of the Hill. Add something new. We need something new. Also, I would like to point out before I move on to matchmaking, is that we have had the same 4 events since the very beginning of the game. I'm pretty sure we have the drop event, we have the agency event, we have the mission event, and what other event do we have? I forget the 3rd event, but I'm pretty sure it's 4 of them. It's either 4 or 3, but we have had the same events in rotation since the very beginning of the game. And we always start, like everyone knows, we always start a season with a drop event, then we move on to like the mission event, then we move on to something else, and then like the season after, I think we do like an agency event, and then it's the same stuff, same recycled garbage over and over and over again. Trash skins. We get some crystals, we get some voice lines, we get some emotes, we get some gallery points, we get some agency points, we get some gold. Also, touching on gold, gold is useless. Everyone I know has at the very least like 2 million gold and nothing to do with it because it is worthless, and nothing equates to the amount of surplus gold that everyone has. We need something to spend our gold on. It's a useless currency that no one cares for and everyone has an abundance of because there's nothing good and worthwhile to spend it on. But finally, to finish this video off, let's talk about matchmaking, you guys. There is currently a really bad shadow ban bug going around that if you get too high of a rank, or I'm pretty sure it just happens randomly even if you don't meet that prerequisite, that you'll just randomly get shadow banned for no reason at all. And you cannot play the game. I've seen comments on Twitter saying people cannot play the game for like over 2 weeks because they're shadow banned, and it'll just say no players found. And if you have crossplay on, that should not be a thing. Crossplay should have fixed shadow bans, or like random shadow bans, or just like getting too high rank early in a season because of the access to the larger player pool. PC, we make up like barely even 1/4 of the entire player pool, because we did not have 3 other consoles to pick from. We now have Xbox, PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch, and I did not get a single non-bot game in Expert for the entirety of this season. And in my Shinso to Ace Rank video, I could not include a single game in Expert because it was just bots, and I'm not including bot matches in my videos because that's not enjoyable for me to edit, and that's not enjoyable for you guys to watch, so I didn't include them. And yeah, matchmaking is very bugged. Matchmaking could stand to be a lot more balanced, to be honest. It really could, because there are some lobbies that I get into where there are some gold players in a lobby full of ace ranks, and that's not fair in the slightest, to be honest. That's not fair in the slightest. They have no experience with the game, or at the very least they have no experience with ranked. They should not be fighting against top tier opponents and top tier players, and that's not fair for them. That's not enjoyable for me to fight noobs. It's just not a fun and engaging gaming experience all around. And the final point about matchmaking that I'll make, and I'll close off this video, is that before someone can play ranked, I think there should be a level requirement. Are you done, Shiggy? Okay. But yeah, I think there should be a level requirement to play ranked in this game, because it's very annoying when you're queuing up for ranked and you get a teammate that you see is like level 2 on the notebook and they don't know how to play the game. They're playing yellow deku because it's the only character they can play, and they're queuing into ranked immediately and they have no idea what they're doing, and they probably skip the tutorial. I think the level requirement should at the very least be like level 10, level 15, level 20, something like that. Take a page out of Rivals book, Marvel Rivals, because it's not noobs that just started the game 5 minutes ago should not be queuing into ranked. But anyways, you guys, that's the very last thing that I wanted to talk about. I think I mentioned everything. I think I touched on a lot of good points. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you stuck to the end, let me know what you guys think. And even if you didn't stick to the end, let me know what you guys think anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys take advantage of this hashtag that I'm starting, because stuff needs to change for this game. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Use the hashtag, spread it around. Share this video. If you guys aren't gonna make content of yourselves, share the video. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Bye.